all praise, glory, and honors to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word of truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of the branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, reporting live from the belly of the beast. Another Saturday with some more of it. Let's go.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right, and that's what the whole Bible is about the coming war, the coming evil, and the coming pestilence. Right now, Americans are getting ready to face starvation. But yet, you got this fat-faced dude who's not even that funny, all right? Fat-faced boy, that's what I'm gonna call him. He's not even that funny, real talk.
At all.
And he made a deadly mistake, a very dangerous mistake, because the Lord is not mocked. Give me you got it?
Every idle word.
Bob Kashah, give me that, and give me Galatians 6 and 7.
This is Matthew 12 and 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words shalt thou be justified, and by thy words shalt thou be condemned.
Right, so by their words shall they be justified, and by his words shall he be condemned, man. So I saw, different brothers that their responses to the folly that he did. All right, out of all the things for him to make fun of, he made fun of his own heritage, man. Stupid. He really did. All right, because when you read the Bible, is clearly the Bible to the Hebrews. All right, and then the sad thing too is that it's these other camps that teach these weak doctrines that make themselves easy prey for ninjas to want to do folly like that. And it's sad that all the deep-rooted information and history that we give, that we've been sharing with our people, and they miss all of that. All right? And that's what you get for watching them. The camps were a prerequisite of being a part of their camp is how loud you can say that's right.
That's right.
Exactly.
Bring it on.
All right, and the black man this, the black man that. We tell you, man, that this is not about black people. This is about the Israelites. All Israelites are not going to be so-called black. They got scattered to the four corners of the earth among all people. Let's get a receipt. Get a scripture. Give me Baruch 4. I think it's yeah. Come. So how are you going to be scattered to among the so-called Asian nations, all right? Among so-called white people, and you still be black? All right, this is not a black thing. All right, now don't get it twisted. All right, that's not going to discredit from the fact that the so-called black man in here in America are primarily and mostly the tribe of Judah, according to scripture and according to history, if you actually read. Okay, but they got scattered everywhere. Okay, get those scriptures, Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 11 and 10. And in that day shall a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, to it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And in that day shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. All right, which we know are Israelites, that shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Patros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from all the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel. Now, where's the outcast? All right, we're scattered like the elder is going into via slavery.
He just named all those nations that they got scattered to. All right, so when they all was in that one place, they all look alike. He named like 8 different countries. Okay,
so how much more
right, exactly. And so when they all get together, they're not going to look alike, man. As a matter of fact, just to land back off that, then I want you to read that. This is 2 Corinthians 11:22, one of my favorite scriptures. And it reads, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Okay, because and the reason he said that is because the people who knew they were Hebrews had problems and issues with the ones who didn't look like them. But their lineage could be proven to go back to them. Okay, or through the belief, because only an Israelite is going to believe this message. And the Lord is not even going to grant you, if you believe the gospel that's being taught right here, and by the men who teach it, like we teach, then you have to be an Israelite. The heathen are not going to gravitate to it. Okay? If you understand the scriptures. Hold on, Bob, let him bring it out first. Then you're going to bring out whatever you got.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, starting at 1. The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that ye may be illuminated.
And what's that light? The light is the understanding of these scriptures, man. All right, which you don't get in the churches. But instead of hearing all that, all they hear is, that's right, the black man this, the black man that. That's not a doctrine. That's a joke, man. And it was, and unfortunately for you, it wasn't even a funny joke.
Not at all.
All right? That dude, like I said, that dude's not really that funny. I don't understand why he's even popular. He's a fat-faced, funny-looking dude, man. I get, there it is. He just gave the biblical answer. Get the scripture before we even continue. No, because I said the question, but you know, or I spoke the question, his brother gave the biblical answer. Shalom. Well, we should have been there today. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place.
There you go. Folly is set in great dignity. So when you do folly and silly stuff, you get elevated by our people, right? But when you come with truth and something with substance, you get mocked by our people. And our people have been doing that since the beginning, like shaking their head and don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, that's why Jeremiah's birthday.
Matter of fact, you can sign up. There you go.
That's down there.
Yeah, go back to what you had. Finish it.
This is Baruch, chapter 4, verse 3. Give not thine honor to another. There goes the idolatry. All right? From the eons, our people have given their glory unto these false idols, man. And that's why we're in the predicament that we're in. It says, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. Oh, Yasharallah, happy are we, for things that are pleasing unto the Most High are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Yasharallah. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
So you were sold to the nations, plural. All right? You see all the nations on the back of that sign? Okay? All right, you got scattered to all those nations, man. That's the four corners of the earth. You got scattered among all the people. All right, and why?
It says, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath.
Right, so you're not destroyed among them. Even though many of our people are going to come looking like the heathen, the bloodline, the seed line still exists. And the Lord is coming to retrieve them from out of those nations, places that were scattered. Thus saith the Bible. Go ahead.
You were delivered unto the enemies, for you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High.
Right, and see, sacrificing to devils, to deceivers. That's what the word devil means, man. Right? Sacrificing to the deceivers and these false gods and these false idols. All right, and the punishment for that was the Lord said, well, since you love these heathens so much, I'm just going to scatter you among them. And that's exactly what he did. He said, you love them so much, here you go. But when you got scattered among them, you didn't get made their equal. You got scattered among them and got put under their boots. And you got made the lowest people on the totem pole in all the places where you got scattered to, for the most part. All right? Every now and then they let one or two of you make it up high, you know. But that's not the whole, the bulk and the condition of the majority of the people is very low. That was the curse. Go ahead.
It says, verse 8, ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you.
And there it is, man. Right? Yeah, you grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. And now you hate you. And what we do, we've given you people the greatest gift, man. The greatest gift is simply the truth, giving you the light. And here we are, we come out here to set our people back in order. All right? That there's a position for our women to play, and there's a position for our men to play, and there's a position for our children to be in. And we come back and set up that godly order, and all you do is mock and scoff and talk shit. All right? But you're gonna lift up the sister who out there getting popped by a whole bunch of different men. She a queen. She's still a queen. Everybody didn't have it. She like a damn doorknob in the grocery store. Or everybody didn't push that shit over. But she's still a queen. Right? And we're coming back to speak against that, to stop that, to put our people back in order. All right? To set the man back at the head of the family. For the woman to do her support role and to be over the children. For the children to be in order and respect their mother and father. Yet y'all have a problem with that. Yep. That's because that's all we do. Yep. Okay? And we may do it roughly and harshly, but that's still what we do. We're rude in speech, but not in knowledge, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah 6:16. It says, thus saith Yahweh, stay ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said we will not walk therein. All right, that's the mentality of our people. We give them the ways of Yahweh, but they reject it, and they feel like and they ultimately feel like it's better to follow Esau and his ways.
And he just said it, the old ways. Somebody get that Job 8:8. Bring out whatever you got.
Basically, I was just going to quote Isaiah 1 and 2. It says, my people don't consider. Everything you just brought out, I literally went into, like, early this morning around 3 o'clock. The mockery of the Lord. And not only that, you held up the Lord's name. That's a hell of a curse.
Yeah, he did. He actually had the Lord's real name on the garment. Yeah. And said, you supposed to be with us. No, fat face nigga, you supposed to be with us.
Yeah, and that's why the Lord's going to laugh you to scorn. Yeah. Your calamity.
So when we tell you, keep your eye on him. All right? Watch what the Lord does to him, and it's going to be public, man. All right? And look, because that dude is cursed, man. He's going to lose his health, his wealth, his popularity. Something's going to happen which is going to turn people against him. Because that's what he tried to do to the prophets, man. All right? We already got Esau using AI to try to demonize our people. As a matter of fact, some of those videos with the nigga woman talking about how she gonna walk out and steal shit from the stores, some of that was AI. All right? Some of that was AI. Okay? So they really are using this AI thing to demonize.
Which we said they was gonna be doing anyway.
Yeah.
When we started seeing it. With the mask and all this other kind of stuff. Remember they had the mask where they put it on and Edomites were looking like they was Jake and shit. So now they, like you said, now they doing it through the computers and shit.
This is 2 Chronicles 36:16. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words and misused his prophets. Grab it. This is copy and paste out here. And it said, the misuse of his prophets until the wrath of Yahweh arose against his people till there was no remedy. So you're mocking the Lord now and his prophets, whether that camp got the 100% truth or not. It was the idea of you clowning the prophets. All right? So how much more the real prophets? And then holding the name of the Lord.
that's
All you
bad.
niggas be in this hoodoo voodoo shit and ancestor shit, but don't consider that I'm mocking the power of the universe.
Yeah.
And all we doing is telling you what? You're the Israelites of the Lord. I mean, you're the sons of God. You're the Israelites. All right? We're actually the sons of God. Okay? And we was given this holy law to be who we are. Go ahead.
This is the verse above that, 2 Chronicles 36 and 15. And Yahweh, God of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. So the Heavenly Father sent out his prophets, the messengers, before judgment. You know, because what? Because he has compassion on his people. But then he turned around and mocked those men who he sent. So you're basically slapping away the hand that's going to bring you salvation.
In the midst of a government shutdown, in the midst of Jacob's trouble is here now.
So the power they need to be leaning on, you mocked it.
mocking.
So Jay could think, yeah, it really is a joke. Not actually listening to the history and the scriptures.
Yeah.
Knowing that who we are. Hey, Daniel's 11 breaks down everything, man. Simply put.
Yeah.
And you're clowning your heritage.
Yeah.
Man, that shit's frustrating, man.
You're clowning your heritage. You're clowning your father, your heavenly father. You're clowning the customs and the ways in which he told you to live. You're making mockery of that. And that comes with a devastating judgment, man. It's a devastating judgment that comes with that, man. The scriptures say, stripes are prepared for
I got
sword.
it.
Bob Bishop.
Proverbs 19 and 29.
My nigga.
Judgments are prepared for scorners and stripes for the backs of fools.
Right, whips, all right? Severe scourges, pain. The scriptures talk about death by pain, all right? And before you get the death by pain, you're gonna be left in a pitiful case. A lot of you are getting ready to pine away, starve to death, be beaten to death, eaten alive.
Yeah, right, and he does this right days before they cut off the food.
Exactly.
And like I said, a lot of these videos, because I actually put in a question to AI or a statement, and I put in a statement. I'm gonna let this train go by. Just bear with me for a second. 'Cause I can't open it up fully because it's actually in that phone that I'm recording from. But what it says, I put in wow. They are really using AI to demonize black people, portray them as a threat. And the AI overview came back and said yes. Numerous people. Oh, but what do you how about it opened up? All right. It says, oh yeah, ooh-wee. It says, yes. Numerous reports have been confirmed that AI-generated videos using racist tropes to demonize black people. Right, it says yes. Numerous reports have been confirmed that AI-generated videos using racist tropes to demonize black people and other minority groups are being created and are going viral on social media platforms like TikTok. Like those, all the fat welfare queens, which the majority welfare queens are actually fat white women. All right, but you would never know, because I see all these Edomite content makers showing all these videos. A lot of them videos are AI generated. They weren't even real black women. All right, it says those videos often leverage accessible text to video generators, accessible to text video generators such as Google's Video, to create content that reinforces harmful century-old stereotypes. Key concerns and examples include amplification of stereotypes. Videos depict black people with exaggerated negative stereotypes, such as portraying them as criminals, absent parents, or using other dehumanizing imagery. They do this every day. And now we got our own people doing it to us, and the nigga woman. All right, because Eve is the worst enemy to all Israel, next to Esau Edom. All right, it says Historical trauma reenactments, some deeply offensive. Context has included AI-generated reenactments of historical traumas such as KKK attacks on Black Americans. Real-world consequences. The spread of content contributes to a hostile social and political climate. In some cases, AI-generated images have been linked to inciting real violence and riots. Because right after they did that staged attack on the train, where the girl got stabbed in the neck but had no blood spurt out, that sunk down in her chair, and the same chick she was also the same chick that her face was shown that she died being a medic in Ukraine, but somehow she was I guess it was her twin sister on the train. Right. And then people did the research. It turned out that she and the dude are both crisis actors, and their faces pop up in other shit. But people believe that. People still believe it. And then after that happened, a lot of Jakes got hung. There was a lot of hangings. All of a sudden, about 5 different Jakes got hung. And recently, something else happened. And another Jake got hung, and another Jake got shot by an 80-year-old white man. So this scripture, when it says real world consequences, the spread of this content contributes to hostile social and political climate, and in some cases, AI-generated images have been linked to inciting real world violence and riots. Against who? Against Jacob. Last one. Propaganda and misinformation. The content is being used, and all this is referring to Esau Edom using AI to demonize us. Okay? Propaganda and misinformation. The content is being used to form as a form of white supremacist propaganda, with users in comment sections echoing and endorsing the racist messages that have been also have been instances of manipulated videos, such as doctored videos of Black teenagers threatening federal. You see that, man? And then so Esau's ready. That's what it was. After them teenagers, that fake video went up with those teenagers threatening the federal officers. Jake got hung, and another one got shot by an 80-year-old white guy. Literally like the next day.
And that's just what was reported.
That's just what was reported.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It was like triple.
Right.
So that being the point, and then with all that going on, this fat-faced fuck goes out and mocks the men of the Lord, man. All the people you can mock and make fun of.
Right.
All right, and then you got ninjas on the comic board co-signing this shit.
Yeah.
But you also had the prophets on there lighting their ass up too.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Epps and Ricky Harris did that the same shit, and then the Lord took out Ricky Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he kept cornering Mike Epps to the point where Mike Epps made a public apology, which might be the only reason why he's still alive. All right. So Drudski, I highly suggest that you come on and make a video apologizing for your actions, man. Because if you don't repent of what you did, man. Because you don't understand the damage that you've done and how that can also incite violence against the men of the Lord. But you know what? When you go back in history, that generation that was against the men of the Lord, they're here. They're here. So that just could be your lot. But like St. Benji always says, it ain't 70 AD, bitch.
That's right.
All right. What y'all did to the prophets, somebody get that Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou killest the prophets. But the things you did to the men of the Lord, man, all right, you're not gonna get to do it this time around.
This is the book of Matthew. It's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 23, verse 37. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee. How often would I have gathered my children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under the wings, but ye would not. Slaki, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate.
So when he's talking about the prophets, man, he's talking about them books that you done named your children after.
Right.
Isaiah, Jeremiah,
Right.
all right, Ezekiel,
Right. And niggas
you know, Elijah. There's a whole lot of little Elijahs running around here that's clearly not worthy of that name.
No,
man.
wicked
I
as
think
hell.
that dude's ass name was Isaiah.
Isaiah,
Yeah.
Moses,
Yeah, nigga on social media. It was like, stop naming your children after biblical niggas.
then-
They said I just got robbed by Moses last week.
Exactly, man. Yeah, Josiah, it's a lot of them running around, man. But then you don't, and then guess what? And you know who is responsible for a lot of the death of the men of the Lord? Our own people. And you're doing it to us again, man. You rather believe the whitewashed Christianism, the slave message of Christianism, which Christianity does not line up with the Bible and the prophecies. It doesn't. If you would only read. You know, reading is like kryptonite.
Hey.
We all remember that scene in that one skit from the Boondocks.
Read,
Right,
nigga,
he gave
read.
the part, read, nigga. Ah.
Right.
That's these niggas.
Yeah.
But you will make a scoffing video though.
Yeah.
Or you will talk shit. Oh, fuck you, God love everybody. Then you disrespect God in every way, which way from Sunday, man. And respect the men of the Lord who actually bring you the true message of the Lord, man. Because if we don't just say things, we say things and then we back it up with precepts, multiple scriptures, man. All right, if what you're saying lines up with the scriptures, then you're on point. If what you're saying is opposite of what is written, then you're not on point, man.
You're not good.
All right, if you're trying to say God loves everyone, that's not biblical. All right, you can't take it when he specifically tells you that he hates certain nations and hates people and hates certain people, and he's going to kill certain groups of the people, and then you read the scripture and say that all who call on his name. Well, you got that's out of context. You got to figure out who's being spoken to when it gets to the point where it says all. It's usually a small demographic of people. It's always a small demographic of people. You have to read above and below it.
I mean, to say that, you clearly missed the memo of the Old Testament. There's countless accounts.
Well, because they just simply say the Old Testament is done away with.
That's
And that's not scriptural.
That's madness.
The New Testament tells you that, if you read it. He said the Lord changes not. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Somebody can grab that. So what that's saying, that's in Hebrews. So what that's literally saying is that all the harsh sayings, all right, in the Old Testament that the church likes to get away from, all right, all those harsh sayings, all right, and harsh lessons, they try to say that's done away with. And it's not.
They still collect tights though.
Right,
Of course.
right. It's madness. Man.
Right, tithes is from the Old Testament too.
Right.
Lock the doors.
Do away with that.
Lock the doors.
Close the doors.
But that nigga, he just he embarrassed the nigga. What she gave that nigga
$1,200.
$1,200. She gave that nigga my rent, and that wasn't enough. And you fucking you disparaged this woman in front of your whole
But you know what, the
congregation.
hell with that woman, because she saw the Hebrew videos and scoffed them and turned them off.
Right.
That's what the hell she did. It got
Yeah, man.
rejected.
See, I didn't know that.
No, she heard. There's not a Christian today that hasn't come across the Hebrew Israelites.
Right. Yeah.
There's not one in the churches today. And I don't care what of the 35,000 denominations that all disagree with one another.
Right.
All right, I don't care which denomination you from the grandfather denomination, which is Catholicism, to all the rest of the 34,000. the other 34,999 versions of Christianity.
My God.
All right,
My God.
you've all heard. Okay, 2 years ago, I'm at a picnic, and one of my actual real wives from my childhood was there. And the first thing she said when she saw me, she lit up with a smile, and she ran and hugged me, and she said, "So I hear you're a Hebrew Israelite."
Ain't seen you in years.
And I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, well, you are too." So, but you know what though? I grabbed her by the hand, walked away. We went sat down by the tree, just like we used to when we were kids.
Peas and carrots.
And I broke that shit down to her hard. And as I'm talking to break it down all the Greek shit, one of the bros show up. Right on cue. Shows right up on time. And I said, see, the Lord, when I said we speak about things, the Lord always brings
Confirmation.
because he rolled up, "What's up, baby?" I'm like, you know, and he knows us both. Right. And and it was right on time, bro. It was right on time. I'm just talking about this shit. And I'm like, the Gentiles, those were those were talking about our people that were in the Greek, the same as they are today. the divine nine. You know, I'm breaking it all down to him. You know, I said, you remember the shit that the brothers used to do? Shit, and then here he comes. And he wearing all this shit too.
You can't make it up.
He purple and gold out, boy. Big ass hooks on his chest. I'm like, man, you can't make it up, bro.
Grodius Maximus.
Right? They're right. The Grodius Maximus.
Grodius Maximus.
Right? Showed up, my man. The Grodius Maximus showed up. And he well known. Man, it's like all the different Greeks know this nigga, man. You know, he's very well known. But the point being, man, is that I just broke it down to her, and then he walks right up. The Lord sends you an example. All right? And she was like, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, well, the reason, she was like, well, you know, I was born a Christian. I said, so was I. So we were all into that. Right? We were all into Christianity for the most part. Some of us came from that Muslim stuff, which that's an extra deal. Because it's hard, you know, there's not a whole lot of brothers can wake up from that one. Right? I said we all were. We were those Gentiles that the Bible was talking about. We were those Gentiles. That was us. All right, somebody get real quick, Acts 9:29, man.
It's the book of chapter Acts, chapter 9, verse 29. It says, and he spake boldly in the name of the Lord Yahushua, and disputed against the Grecians.
Right, so those Grecians, those are so now go to Acts 6:1.
That's the book of Acts, chapter 6, verse 1. It says, and in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews.
So when the numbers of the Grecians and the Hebrews, when the Grecians were multiplied, when the believers who were all in the Greek, all right, that was you know, that was the apes, that was them alpha niggas and them Q niggas coming back. All right, that was them. They were waking up to the fact, well, damn, we really are the Israelites. That was them coming back, man. That's what it was. So because that word Grecian there, you want to break it down?
This is the book of Acts, chapter 6, verse 1 in the Christian Standard Bible. In those days, as the disciples were increasing in number, there arose a complaint by the
Because some of those disciples that he's speaking about that were increasing in numbers, they weren't calling themselves Hebrews. They weren't following Hebrew customs, but yet they were. That's who that's talking about. They got scattered among all people. Not just one place, among all people. Okay?
It says there arose a complaint by the Hellenistic Jews against the Hebraic Jews.
So there you go, man. So the Hellenists were basically those Greeks that were really Israelites, all right, that were speaking Greek. That's what that's talking about. And other Israelite people, you know, that look, because Rome was like being in Chicago or New York. Everybody was there. And the Israelites got scattered. He just read you Acts 2 and what was that, 8?
No, that was actually Isaiah 11 and 10.
Okay.
But the Acts 2
pretty much says the same thing. Right? Of all the nations that they gathered back from.
Yep, and they were speaking the language of that land.
Of that land. All right, so it was the same thing happened all over again. Fast forward to the Roman captivity. All right, you fast forward from the Greek captivity to the Roman captivity, and that's the issue with Christianity. Christianity and Christianism is what we're going to call it, what it is. Christianism does not acknowledge. That's why they tried to the Bible Destruction Group sought to remove the Apocrypha, because with the Apocrypha in place, it would have been hard to push the lives of Christianism. With the Apocrypha in place, it would have been impossible to push the lives of Christianism. So they removed it. Why? Because of the main things. It proves that there is no virgin birth. It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Lord is only for the Israelites, the scattered Israelites, and none else. It proves that. And it identifies who Esau Edom is, and it also identifies that the northern kingdom came to the place that you now call America. Historically. Because the Bible called it the land of Ashereth, and guess what the the Jewish encyclopedias, the Jewish scholars from the Jewish encyclopedias and almanacs from the 18th and 19th century wrote. They wrote that America is Ashereth. All right? America is Ashereth. And so they knew that the people that came here were descendants of the ancient Hebrews, man. But to acknowledge that they were Hebrews, they wouldn't have been able to justify the Christian doctrine of murdering and taking their land. All right? The whole doctrine of discovery. They went so right. So you can't claim them to be the Hebrews if you're all in Christianism. You see what they did? This is factual, man. We brought out the receipts on this 1,000 times over. Did they watch any of those videos? But they wouldn't watch the Purple Game.
Oh, yeah.
And the Legion of Doom Black Leather Stud game. Scream, that's right, for a whole hour.
A whole hour and a half, bro.
Right? It's like every brother get a chance. That's right!
Right. You come to the barbecue, hey, if you ain't smoking weed, you ain't in the truth.
Hey, them niggas said they serve a nigga God.
Yeah, the nigga, I serve a nigga,
Yeah,
it's true.
They did say that. They said they served a nigga God.
It's true. Y'all are some fucking niggas,
Right?
man. They serve the nigga guys, man.
That nigga say, if I was Chris Tucker, or not Chris Tucker, who the nigga got
Chris
shot?
Rock.
If I was Chris Rock, I would go sleep with his wife.
Yeah.
Right. That was the advice that he gave.
Yeah, he said that.
And then his captain came on and tried to justify what he said.
You gonna double down on it, man.
He gonna double down on it, man.
On the fire.
All right?
That's folly, man. That
Right,
is
so my
complete
revenge
folly.
is gonna be because a brother that wronged me, I'm gonna go sleep with his wife.
That's what niggas do in the world.
Exactly.
Shit, that's what I used to do.
Exactly.
It's like what? That's violation of the law, man. That can get you killed, man. A lot of people get killed committing adultery, man. All right? Sometimes immediately. Okay? You see some of the videos from South America when these women get caught committing adultery.
Oh yeah.
All right? Some of the videos are gruesome, man.
Fuck.
Now, I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah.
All right? When the man set up the cameras.
Yeah.
And he said, because you know, look, man, that fish smell gets strong when your woman's stepping out on you. All right? It's true. The fish smell gets stronger because the problem is that sperm stays in women. So, you know, so she one of the women who's sleeping around a lot, and all these other dudes, is everybody busting her. That's where that smell comes from. All right? And if you with a woman constantly, and she might have a little odor, you know, when she get wet, she busts, she might have a little odor, but all of a sudden out of nowhere, that odor just gets real strong, like often, what the fuck? Right, nah, you know she taking a bath, you know she taking showers. That's not the issue. The issue is somebody else is shooting off in her. All right, and that's what happens. Okay? And I've seen, and maybe that's what my man was like. We'll set up some cameras.
Talk aloud.
All right? Yeah. Right. He on his phone looking at that camera, turned his ass right around.
Right.
And went home. All right? And when he opened that door, the one with the butcher knife,
That was not quick.
yeah, it was not quick. Right? Because he hit dude twice too. All right? Dude was strong enough to push him off and run out the room. The chick, and she tried to stop him from getting at the dude. So when she grabbed him to stop him from getting dude, his anger turned around on her, which is, you know, and guess what? According to the Bible, because the dude was probably locked up, he's in jail. But biblically, according to the Bible, he was actually in the right, according to the Bible. Now, I'm not saying that I would do that or advise any of my men to do that, all right? I'll just say leave that, bro. Okay, hey, take the video and use it in court so she can't take none of your shit, all right? But in the Bible, what the Bible says is that what happened to her, because I mean, he hit her ass with that 12-inch knife. She got inches. She wanted 12 inches. She got it. She got about 35, 40 times. All right? She didn't make it.
This is the book of Proverbs 6:34. It says, "For jealousy is a rage of a man, therefore he would not spare in the day of vengeance. And that's ultimately what happened, man. A lot of these individuals,
Get the law on it though. When it says that adulterers, they should surely be put to death. That's the law, man. Did we ever read that Hebrews 13 and 8? All right, we can go ahead and read it because the law says, you know, he's gonna read it and then he's gonna read that. We're gonna read the reinforcement of the Old Testament law in the New Testament. Right?
Hebrews.
No, let him read the law first.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10. It says, "And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife,
Yeah.
even he that committed adultery."
He all on camera, sideways, upside down, from the back. He in there making movies. He filming it. It ain't even his woman, man. It's your woman, and she letting him do it.
Exactly.
Even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
So there it is, man. The Lord Almighty God, Yahweh, he said that they should both be put to death.
Sure.
Thus said the Bible, not us. The Bible said that. All right. You got a problem with it. You got a problem with God. Now read the scripture in the New Testament that backs it up. Yeah.
This is Hebrews 13 and 8. Yahweh Shai Mashiach, the same yesterday and today and forever.
And forever. He changeth not. You can get that one too. The Lord he changes not, man.
Can I back you up real quick?
Absolutely.
This is Micah 3 and 6. No, this is Malachi 3 and 6. I'll let this go past. For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So hey, the Lord don't change. This is like seed, this is like seed. No matter what doctrine you got, nothing changes that. No matter how wicked Israel is, the Lord has a remnant. So there's no way around those men, which happen to be the prophets, which you just happen to mock. And the Lord said what? Then you should know that there's a prophet amongst you.
Right.
Everything the elders been saying for years that we repeat, that we say, that we believe in, how the uproars of the people started over there in Europe, it was going to come over here. All right? A massive breakout, a shutdown, so on and so forth. Now we're living in that Babylon. All right? Jacob's troubles ain't going to do nothing but turn up, man.
That's it.
Because it's here.
It's already started.
It's literally happening, man. And that's the crazy thing, that he did this in the beginning of Jacob's trouble. All right? We just ran through the AI on how they're using false videos to have real world consequences of violence against so-called black people. And it's happening to Hispanic people, man. Did your team win?
There you go. There you go. Good job. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. Bow down,
Hey,
right?
he was in the spirit, man. All right? He was in the spirit, man.
Yeah, because this singing is, I think it was a
Chicago Fire.
soccer game just
Israel.
yeah,
Ireland.
There you go.
yeah.
That's what Pataki Murph said that lady at the store told them. They was walking past. They walked past the two Edomites.
And she was that woman's an Amalekite too.
She an Amalekite. She looked at Pataki Murph and was like, "You guys are so well dressed. You really look like gods."
That's
In
it.
front of the Edomite dudes.
That's it. They're going to acknowledge the sons of God.
And you know them old Edomites was mad too.
Mad as hell.
And
Don't call those niggers that.
they're not like that.
They're niggers.
Go ahead, bring it up, brother.
Just speaking on, the AI tropes, all your propaganda, it just goes to show you're the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, started 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words."
Yeah.
That's that AI.
AI. The platform challenges against the propaganda that they're putting against us, because this is all about video. All these talk points about videos false videos against us. All right? Platform challenges. Despite community and guidelines prohibiting hate speech, social media platforms struggle to effectively moderate and remove this content, which can rack up millions of views before being addressed. So a false video of Jake being accused of something and doing something they did not do. All right? We all remember the video where the Jake they came to his house and snatched him up and put him in jail for robbing the bank. And then his Edomite girlfriend, a white woman, came forth and said that wasn't a black guy that did that. That was my boyfriend. And she produced the mask. And he put on and they put the mask on, and he looked just like this particular Jake.
Yeah.
To the point where even his own mother saw the news story and thought it was, like it was really her son. And how many videos, matter of fact, somebody go pull up a couple. There are videos where you see Edomites putting on those masks, blackface, and the gloves, the hands. All right? Where they got woolly hair, they come down, they cover up their neck, so and then they be all unsalty moving around.
Right.
Yeah. Trying to look like Jake, And so it's like, what's the point of doing that if not meant to go out and commit some sort of crime, to rob banks, to to deceive the people.
The one where the dude, they did the drive-by, and the dude dropped his gold-plated Donald Trump gun. It's like, what nigga got a gun? Donald Trump.
Right. Let me see those. Yeah. Look at that. This dude, tell me this dude don't look like my nephew used to be in the camera. From the side, just a little bit lighter complexion.
That's like a lot of niggas.
Yeah. So yeah, look at these, man. No, look at them good.
Like him in every neighborhood.
All right. So you put it, so they wearing these masks to make them look like, and on camera, and now people are all angry and mad. Look what that nigger did to that wholesome white girl.
So, hey, this lets you know that Esau's been doing that shit. Because in that movie, Mission Impossible Part 1, they had the face maker where they could make anybody's face.
Yeah, send that to me.
They showed you they could manipulate your voice.
A lot of movies. Undercover Brother, all them movies, man. Esau been tricking on himself.
Yeah, he like that gangsta-licious. Get on stage and tell on himself.
Right.
Check the beat. Go ahead, brother.
So continue in Psalm 64 and 4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And again, these AI, all this book, that's them shooting in secret at the perfect. Those are the perfect Israelites. All right? There's a quote. They try to say Gandhi said it, but there's no solid evidence that Gandhi said it. But nonetheless, this quote is real. It goes, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then we win. So right now, we're in the segue between the laughing and the fighting.
Yeah, because when we first came out, all right, 2007 hit, camp started popping up in 2008, all right? By 2009, it was on and popping.
Right.
They were quiet.
Ignoring.
Right?
Ignoring, right.
Around 2013 and 14, all of a sudden the scoffers were challenging. All right? And only got worse. And those were the good old days. We got to really battle and go back and forth. How they would walk, the scholars would come up.
Yeah.
The pastors and the priests.
Yeah.
We had all the seniors from Moody College would come.
Right.
Those days.
Right. That was
when the Christians would come,
right.
2-3 at a time with their Bibles, and we would go back and forth and prove them wrong. At least that's what happened when you came to Great Millstone.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Because they would go to these other camps and stifle them. Right? But they couldn't do that with us. All right, we had legendary battles on these streets. And actually, I kind of missed them days.
Yeah.
Right, because everybody, it kept our swords were sharp. You know, because you literally have PhDs, you know, master's degree, you know, people from these different Bible colleges, from these seminaries would come. We would go back and forth, rabbis, you know, pastors, and then we ate them up to the point that they don't want no smoke no more. They want to hung their gloves up.
They were given the memo.
All right.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
You remember that legend?
Then it turned into online stuff until then all of a sudden around 2017, 18, vocab showed up because it went silent again for a couple of years, right? And then all of a sudden they paid vocab, and then he came with his goofy self, with his little jokes and skits.
It was a waste of money.
And then that was a waste of Amalek. You really wasted all. Basically, Amalek didn't waste their money.
Right.
They wasted you Americans' money.
Right.
Because the Americans are sending billions to them, and they were cutting him checks to come out here and try to stop us, or stifle us, or make people not believe. And all he did was made more people believe. Because anyone who watched with sincerity would sit back and watch, go read the scriptures, listen to what he's saying, listen to what we saying, go look up a little history and be like, well, damn, they right. Shit, we out of Hebrews. All right? And there was a dude that used to scoff on my channel hard. If some of you older brothers will remember him, he still, every now and then he'll pop up and say something. But his handle name was When Pigs Can Fly. Right? You remember that guy? When Pigs Can Fly. And he used to scoff hard. Now he one of the biggest supporters. I've actually seen him cut people with scriptures now.
Damn.
So he went from scoffing to defend being on the comment board, cutting people who scoffing with scriptures. Because he was like, damn, bro. Because that's what happened. You know, he came against it, but then clearly he was really studying. I could tell he was just by his responses. So that's what he did. He was actually really reading and studying, and he realized, damn, they telling the truth. You know, and he stopped scoffing. And now he became a defender of the gospel. Before you read it, also the backstory on the book by Ronald Sanders, Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, all right, which they want a ridiculous amount of money for that book these days, all right. I wonder why. Even and then they'll tell you, well, AI debunked it. Right. But they still want like at least G for it or more, right? To get it now. The book that I paid like $30 for in about 2008, 2009. They want a G for that book, more $1,500, whatever. But the point is, the man who wrote that book, his purpose for writing that book was to debunk this silliness about natives and Hispanics being part of Israel. Right? And he was a biblical scholar, and that was his whole point. This is madness. I'm gonna write a book and debunk this. He started doing his research and was like, oh shit, these niggas really out of Israel. And his whole book, that's why we have that book today. The book is called Lost Tribes and Promised Lands. Okay? What's up, Smiley? You happy? She on something.
Somebody needs to go delegate.
She got demons on her, bro.
She don't even know how to get home.
Yeah.
She just looking at some bad things.
That bro gonna end up in a hotel room getting a train ran on. And it's gonna be about a bunch of white guys too. All right, and it ain't gonna never make the news. It's one of our bros who used to, work at the medical stuff down here. That sort of shit would happen all the time with them. All right, especially around Lollapalooza, around that time, and they wouldn't report these crimes, man. Because it happens. And she's stoned out of her mind. She sniffed something, drunk something. I don't know. She is done. Well, go ahead, brother.
This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. The just backing up what the elder was talking about. Like, Vocab, thank you for helping us. Drudski, all them goofy that like to watch your non-funny ass videos, not fucking funny. Thank you, because now they're cut because they see the name of the Lord on that video. So you're just spreading the publicity.
Yeah, he took the time to actually go get the real name of the Lord.
Yeah, man. What?
Bring it out, brother.
This, Proverbs 21 and 30. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against Yahweh.
That's right. That's right. So there's nothing you can do against this truth. You know, this truth is rubber. You people are glue. All right. Whatever you're trying to do is gonna bounce back. All right. All he gonna do is mark people and help wake up the rest of the elect.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna see that video and start to inquire. And it's only a matter of time before they come across great millstone. It happened to the majority of us that was searching. And they're gonna be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
it's the truth.
Because, you know, I actually started watching videos in 2006. The elders weren't known yet, right? When the elders came on, my spirit was instantly drawn to them.
Yeah.
And the guy that I was watching, I asked him about the elders, and he knew them. Because he was a one Western that was back there, you know, when all that stuff went down. And he told me, and he said, and this is what all he had to say about the elders. He said, yeah, they're a little rough and rugged around the edges, and the way that they message, their delivery can be rough. Because I asked him about cursing. I was like, damn, can we really curse like that? Reading the Bible, and then let me show you how the Lord works. And so he broke down. He said, look, what they telling you was right. He said it might be rough and rugged coming out, but what they telling you was right. That's what he had to say about the elders. The next day, I watched the video with Apostle Rakai cussing somebody out, and then he went and gave the breakdown about cussing and the curse.
That's right.
And it was just on time, man. It was just he broke down what a curse is and what cussing is. They're not the same thing, man.
At all.
Shit fucker down. It's not an insult to the Lord. It's not an insult to the Bible. How dare you? Filthy speaks, yo dumb ass. Filthy speech is talking about wrong doctrine, false doctrine. All right? That's why Paul said, though I be rude in speech, but not knowledge. What means what? Paul was cursing people out.
Exactly.
He was being rude to them.
Exactly.
All right? He was being rude to them. A curse is literally, when you curse someone, that's literally when I shalak rayam to Drudski, shalak rayam to Drudski, babakasha, kam yah tawab aman. The curses, I cursed him in the name of the Lord. Yahweh ba'ashem al-Shah. That's a curse. Saying, fuck Rooster. That's just using rude speech toward him. And that's nothing. He can use rude speech toward me. I can, shut up, nigga. Yeah, whatever, nigga.
Right.
That's nothing. I don't care. All right, but when you start bringing the Lord into it, we got problems now. Okay? Well, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 23. It says, in those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by the Most High, saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, for yourselves. So there you go. Nehemiah, a righteous man of the Lord, it said he smote some, cursed some.
He started beating their ass.
He beat their ass.
He's snatching people by the hair, smacking people, hitting people.
And they had to take that.
And he was a man of the Lord. Absolutely.
This is an example of rude speech. Perfect. This is 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 30. Then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan, and he said to him, thou son of a perverse, rebellious woman, do not I know that you have chosen the son of Jesse to thine own confusion? So he said, you son of a bitch. Don't you think I know you chose David? Okay? He didn't say, oh, thou son of a perverse. No, he said, you son of a bitch. All right? That was rude speech. He didn't wish evil on him, but he said rude speech to him, man.
I got another one for you, Elder. This is the book of Luke, chapter 13 and verse 31. It says, the same day there came certain of the Pharisees, saying unto him, get thee out and depart hence, for Herod will kill thee. And he said unto them, go ye and tell that fox, behold, I cast out devils, and I do curses today and tomorrow, and the third day I shall be perfected. So he called him a fox. In today's language, you a bitch.
Yeah.
Shit, John the Baptist, what do you call him? Viper.
And when you get to the book of Ecclesiastes, it straight out calls a wicked woman a female dog. We know what that means.
In the GNT, it literally says bitch.
Yeah, matter of fact, get it in the GNT.
Get it.
Read it in both. Read it in the King James first, and then slap him across the mouth.
Bring it out.
With the GNT. Rudely.
Read it.
So a wicked woman in the Bible is what? A bitch.
This is Sirach 26 and 25. King James. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. All right, that's a female dog. A female dog is a bitch. All right, a dog breeder, he talks about his bitch. I got a thoroughbred bitch, blah, 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 you know, whatever. Okay?
That's the book, they be making it hard to find it now. This the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and 25. It's in the GNT. It says, a self-willed woman is a bitch.
Yeah, that's right out the Bible, man. That's right. He read that out of the Bible.
Read it again.
Okay, read it again.
I enjoy this. Sirach 26 and 25 in the Good News translation. A self-willed woman is a bitch, but a woman with a sense of decency honors the Lord.
There it is, man. Okay. So what y'all got to say now? Okay? Christianism is not the way of the Lord, nor does it really teach the gospel of the Lord at all. All right? It teaches a watered down, made up doctrines of men. Okay? Because the Bible talks about the Great Awakening, which will happen in the end of the days. The Israelites will wake up to who they are. That's the story of the Bible. Matter of fact, in every one of my videos, I give you a whole breakdown of the Bible in less than 2 minutes. Right? The breakdown of the Bible is the Israelites waking up in the end of days. That's your 144,000. 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes of Israel that are going to be the judges here on the earth under the authority of Yahushua, who the world fraudulently and falsely calls JC. Right? Amos 9 and 8, 9 and 11, somebody get it real quick. All right? That's what it is all about. In Ezekiel 37, it said they will wake up, all right, and then they would put the 12 tribes on a stick, on a plank. All right, you got people always talking about that 12 tribe, that fake sign. No, 35,000 sects of Christians, and nobody ever produced a 12 tribe sign. Came out, set it on the sidewalk, and so that the people can walk up and say, "What are these?" What we did aligned with Scripture. It never happened in the history of mankind until we did it. All right? It never happened. There's a prophecy in the Bible that a group of men will wake up one day and create a sign and stand it on the chief place of concourse. All right? In Babylon. This is Babylon. All right? And then when the people walk by, what is these? All right?
Today's time.
It's for today's
because
time.
Back then, if Ezekiel was doing it, it'd just be Israelites seeing their own
They all knew who they were back then.
They would be like, okay,
exactly. It's to happen after the scattering, which that eliminates the Ish population, the J-Ish people, because they, according to them, they always know who they were.
Perfect.
If you've always known that you were J-Ish, that means you're not the people of the Lord. The people of the Lord lost their heritage and got scattered through slavery. Scattered to all people around the world, man. And then in the end of days, they were to remember themselves. Luke 2 and 30, whatever you got.
This is the book of Amos 9 and verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle.
Go ahead.
Amos 9 and verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and raise up his ruins.
And what's the breaches? The breaches is that enmity between Judah and Ephraim. All right, the house of Judah, the southern kingdom, and the house of Ephraim, the northern kingdom. And if you look around right here, right now, those breaches have been closed up. The house of Ephraim and the house of Judah are standing together. Bold. Bold as lions. All right? Go ahead.
And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
So we were ruined. All right? Raise up his ruins. They wouldn't have armies. They wouldn't have the greatest, the most powerful nation in the world supporting them with armies and bombs and welfare and all that. Everybody was against us and still are. So how can these people be the people of the Lord, man? That's why they're being put on blast by everybody. The whole world is attacking the issue, pointing out the fact that they're imposters, man. It's not just us anymore. About time the rest of you lame fucks join the fight. Go ahead.
It's Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
Our people are so hard-headed. That's stiff-necked.
But but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves.
Right, in the land of their captivities. Right? Our people are in captivity everywhere that they are. Right? If you got a social security number, a birth certificate. All right? You are in captivity. Whether you realize it or not. You're forced to pay taxes.
I was just gonna say it.
All right? You're forced to do every damn thing. And you need permission to even leave the country. And if you owe taxes on any debt or certain debts, they won't even allow you to leave the country.
You gotta have permission.
That's right.
So you got a permission as a grown man to get on a plane or a ship and go somewhere else.
That kidnapped you.
That kidnapped you.
You gotta get permission to leave the place where you were kidnapped.
Matter of fact, that's
crazy.
That's the idea of dog tags in the military.
That's crazy.
They make it sound like it was this ingenious idea so you can identify the dead, but the truth of the matter is it's to identify property. Because your birth certificates and your death certificates can be used and traded on the market, man.
Liquidity.
All right? That's what your birth certificates is all about. That's how Title 40 operates.
That's right.
It connects your fiction, right, your straw man, to you. And it makes the blood flesh you responsible for the straw man.
Commerce.
The straw man is commerce. The straw man is that's why on your IDs, if you pull out your ID, your social security number, or any government document, everything's in capital letters because you're capital. You are owned. You don't when you write your common name, your real name, your righteous name, your God-given name, you write capital letter, lowercase, if you got a middle name or multiple middle names, right? Especially if you know some of the Northern Kingdom shit. They be one, they got 5 middle names before you get to their last name. But the point being though, is that however you write your name, Juan Carlos, and then a whole bunch of other names before you get to their last name.
Depends what day in Canada they were born.
They add that too.
Subtract.
But the point being, it's a capital letter, lowercase letter, capital letter, lowercase letter. That's how you write your name or sign your name. All right. You don't write your name in all capitals. All right. That's a fictitious name. All right. As a matter of fact, if you go to the common law website to try to get a common law ID, passport, or driver's license, a world one that actually I'm giving you some nuggets here. You got issues, you can get around you can get those, and then the Americans don't have jurisdiction over your straw man anymore. At least when you're driving and traveling. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But if you go to them, it even tells you when you're filling out the application, what's your fictional name. It tells you right there on the application. Your fictional name is that all capital name that's on your social security number. Esau probably gonna delete this video. That's some heavy info. When you start fighting them in their courts, you learn a lot of shit. Right? But that's that right. Your natural man is your name, that the way you sign it. And when you sign your natural name, that's what binds you in contract law. That's how they get dominion over. All right. The moment you sign your actual name, that connects you to the fictional you, and that's why when you go into court, they'll say, "Do you understand?" And when you say, "Yes, I understand," what you just said is that I stand under the charges you're bringing under me. I'm standing under those charges, and you're standing underneath that straw man name to attach your physical you to it.
As soon as you say you understand.
So anytime they ask you, "Do you understand?" you say, "I do not."
I overstand.
Right.
Yeah, you're
You tell them, and then you keep saying it. You keep saying it, and eventually they're gonna dismiss the case, or they're gonna have to continue or something. They can't do shit. But the moment you say, "I understand," they got your words. I just dropped some golden nuggets to you. Right? Is the screen blinking?
Right.
Oh no.
Okay, good.
That's good for that. I got a precept. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Right. So get the one mischief by law as well.
This is Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?
They frame of mischief by law, man. Mischievous evil works, and they make it lawful for them to do so.
And I call you in the law of justice.
Can't help talk about what Title 4D, because the issue with Title 4D is that it's complete fraud, and it's enforced in a manner where it violates one's civil rights. Secondly, or thirdly, it's an illegal it's a foreign contract. It's a foreign treaty, and it's illegal to put an American citizen under a foreign treaty. Those three things, that one thing alone can get any case thrown out. But here's how they defeat it, how they get around it. The judges just say, "I don't have jurisdiction," and they wash their hands of it. Well, it's like, wait a minute. Well, wasn't it the judge that signed this order to allow this to start in the first place? You have fucking jurisdiction then. Right. So you got jurisdiction to start it, but you don't have jurisdiction to end it.
Wicked.
So that's not mischief by law.
Wickedness.
Selective. They're gonna, so you're gonna be selective over what you rule over.
Right.
Right?
The scriptures call that being partial in judgment.
Just give you an example of the wickedness here in Babylon. Because in my personal battle with Esau Edom, they've never once come against the content of my complaint, of my lawsuit. They've never, so they can't, because everything in there is on point, right, and correct. It cannot be disproved. The problem is what they always attack and fight back with is jurisdiction. Because they'll read it, and you can see their faces, right? Because they'll never want to give me another day in court. Because when they did, I clowned 2 state's attorneys. Perfect. The state's attorney for Illinois and California. I had them both in there. Right. And then it was one of the most beautiful days of my life. It really was, man. Because you see in the court and how the attorneys just talk down on the people, and they just got to be quiet and take it. It was reversed, and the judge is dealing directly with me like I'm a counselor. All right, and then I got these 2 high-ranking counselors.
Cut.
They had nothing to say because they couldn't come against what I was saying. Right.
The heart.
And it was beautiful.
Who taught you how to read?
To the point, right? Who taught these niggas how to read? And so the judge had to knock her thing, take control, and say that she's gonna make a ruling on this. It was a Monday. All right, she said that she would be ruled on this by Friday. 13 months later, she still hadn't made a ruling. All right? Because if she ruled on it, she had to rule in my favor because my shit was on point. They couldn't even speak.
They would have set precedence.
And they would have set
She
precedence.
didn't want her name.
And she didn't want to be attached to it at all. Right? At all. She didn't want to have no parts of it.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
Because the hardest language in the planet Earth to learn and understand is legalese.
It's legalese.
And they do that for a reason.
Mischief by law. Go ahead.
This is the book of James 3:17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And that's all you see in the courtroom. So what is partiality? Existing only in part, incomplete, favoring one side in a dispute above the other. Biased.
Ooh, that's complete bias, and that kind of goes back to this whole AI thing that I read. The whole breakdown was a knowing, a purposeful, and guess what? This was by government authorities that did this.
Exactly. This was a .gov entity.
This wasn't, just some racist ass, Joe Sixpack
right
from Kentucky or Tennessee,
right, with the ghost account.
All right.
No, this was a .gov entity, and they purposely did not do their due because they knew that video was doctored up, but it didn't fit the narrative. They gotta justify coming against you niggas, man, in one way or another.
And even though it's been proven, you still got people. America's a big place for a lot of people. And like I said, and then a lot of Jake started getting hung and shot the fuck up by racist Edomites shortly thereafter. And those just the ones we know about.
Exactly.
All right? Because contrary to popular belief, Edomites commit heinous crimes every day. Murder, rape, all of that.
The number one.
Okay, but you don't, but in the face of the media, well, they just showed you it's always gonna be somebody that's brown.
Exactly.
All right? They'll go around. They'll go around. They'll go around the story of Esau committing all sort of heinous crimes to put Hector up, right? To put Tyrese up, okay?
They just
and whatever bitch said that Shalak Rayam.
Yeah, they just marked themselves. But then again, it all went full circle. We started on Drudski bitch ass, and they in that Jeep laughing like, oh, Drudski, like, yeah, this is who Drudski was talking about. Thank you. Thank you. Hey man, that motherfucker flipped on Lakeshore Drive tonight, man.
Shalak Rayam to the people in that car, man.
Hey, Shalak Rayam,
may great harm come to them this day, this night.
May they wake up paraplegics. A lot of them, man.
Yeah, let them be paraplegic when all the shit break out. You can't even run from your destruction.
Motherfucking battery done went out.
You just gotta sit there and take it.
Right? They gonna pop up on the news. 4 young men have died while watching the Drudski skit.
Right.
Perfect.
Well, that was a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this is good. These are good things, man.
That's what they put. Like, the wicked
got
is
something?
the wicked.
That's right.
I got something right quick.
All right, well, bring it out. We get ready to wrap it up.
I got one right quick.
Bring it up.
It's Psalms 31:18. It says, "Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous." And that's what's going to happen to these devils. The Lord is marking all these devils for all the wickedness they've done to his holy righteous men. They are not going to get away with all of the false policies, all the laws that they changed, all the wicked mandates they put out. The Lord is tallying up all of their wickedness. He's going to put it to shame. He's going to silence them in front of their eyes. But he had to let it reach the height so he can, when it comes crashing down, it's going to be off the scale.
This is the book of Psalms 144:11. It says, "Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood." All right, that's what Esau ultimately does, man. His lies, his wickedness, that's what he prevails on, man. Ultimately coming up against Jake, that's what he does. And we need to be delivered from the hands of this devil, man.
Right hand represents strength. Your strength is in the law of justice. which has no justice at all.
In fact, two last scriptures. Y'all brothers brought some to mind. Get that Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 10. Let our strength be justice. And then get one that my fellow Ruben out here likes to bring out. Get that Lamentations 4, 21, 22. Right? Because the Lord is about to visit Esau, man. You're not gonna get away with this shit you done. And nor are your little minion nigglets that do your bidding. Or that wicked Eve. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and 10. Let our strength be.
Verse 10, it says, let us oppress the poor righteous man.
There you go.
Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice.
Right. Let our strength be the law of justice. Not justice, but our strength. Because I have an army and you don't. I have missiles and you don't. I've got guns and you don't. I've got bombs and you don't. So therefore, it's clear that I'm right.
Right.
All right? Exactly. So it's not because you're actually being just and weighing the balances, but because you have, and now one who is much stronger than you is here. All right? And he's made all your enemies stronger than you, or just as strong as you. All right? You know, you was like that bully, right? That used to beat up that kid back in the 6th, 7th grade. And then you run into him in y'all senior year. That nigga 2 feet taller and 30 pounds heavier and swole as fuck. Right. Right. Nigga, he got them fucked up cauliflower ears. Nigga been on the wrestling team for the last 4 years. Division 4 wrestler.
Thinking about payback the whole
Right.
time.
Right. Then you run into that nigga. And you talking about some high. How you doing? That nigga looking at you like a piece of meat. Get your ass a wedgie from here. Go ahead, brother.
Continuing on, it says, let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Right. Hey, that's kind of like what's happened to the Palestinians right now. That is which is feeble is be found nothing worth. Right? Because you don't have the means to defend yourself, you're worthless. Who thinks that way? All right? Projecting, you know, when you got a group of people that can constantly project their own wickedness onto other people so that they have an excuse to keep attacking and destroying people. All right? They're just doing the 18, this is a 17 to 1800s colonization all over again, modern day.
Same playbook.
It's the same damn thing. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Those damn savages.
Therefore,
Right, hold on. Your forefathers wrote that they were peaceful people and helping you. And all of a sudden they savages and shit. Go ahead.
Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not our tyrant, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us for our offending of the law.
Right, upbraided us. We cursing them out, but they're offending of the law. And we are contrary because we seek to do righteously and teach our people to do righteously. And what do? They use false information and demonization. And then they try to control the narrative by always screaming black. We're not screaming no black, nothing. We're talking being black and being Israelite are two different things. All right? Not the same thing. They don't want to put that false racist title of black before it. When it real quick, before you read that, go back to my scripture, 2 Corinthians 11:22. When Paul broke it down and said, are we Hebrews? Are we Israelites? He didn't say black.
Right.
To a people that was already, the Bible already told you that they were a swarthy, brown-skinned people with swarthy hair. So why they need to put that in their title? The Bible, you give me the whole breakdown of what your God look like, what the angels look like, what your power look like, what the people look like, but then you still got to write this black before everything. No.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I.
Didn't say black.
Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I.
Didn't say black.
Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
There you go, because guess what? You got seed of Abraham that's not black at all. That don't make them the chosen, though. You know?
Don't do that.
Somebody get a picture. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. Okay. Hey, we still live, brothers. Come on back. Yeah, bring that out.
Lock in. Lock in.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Yeah, so you Edomites are being visited now. You got to remember, the majority of the people, all right, although the media would paint a different picture because they love to make fat black women, so-called, the face of it. But the majority of people that are actually on welfare are white people.
That's right.
So this whole thing with this EBT thing is going to hurt them. All right.
Just like DEI.
Yeah. Same thing with DEI. All right. So with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kakurat,
Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala,
Abba Babal.
Abba, Abba.
That was wild.